So I want to talk about Clik valves. I don't know if you have ever used Presta valves. They work, but they're not very good and they're really hard to fill. These Clik valves, however, are much easier. So take this cap off. So this is what it looks like. Normally be screwed in. You just remove your Presta valve and screw it in here, and then to fill it, you take your pump like so, stick this down into there, and it just clicks in. It's clicked in, it pumps immediately, and then you just pop it off. I can fill all my tires. I can double check their pressure in about 15 to 30 seconds per tire. It's really quick. The biggest problem with them is they clog. I use sealant in all my tires. I run Stands or Orange or whatever's cheap, and then after a few months, sealant gets in there and clogs it up. But today I discovered a way to clean it, so I wanted to share that with you. I want to show you what happens to these Clik valves when they get clogged. So what I'm going to do, pull this off. I like how easy it is to pump them, but when they get clogged, they really struggle. So here I have it set at, it has it at 19 pounds. Let's say I go to 20 pounds. I push it, it goes, and then immediately stops. You notice how it jumped to 40? If I want it to pump, I gotta put it way up. I mean, this works somewhat, and there's no reason you can't fill it that way. The problem is, what happens if it gets clogged the other direction and it leaves it open? So once you get to this point, you don't know how easy it's going to be able to fill. Like hand pumps at this point don't work well. So I'm going to try and clean it. I'll try and bring it along. We just got to empty that pressure out of it. Here you can hear, like, there's lots of pressure in there, but it's not coming out easy. It's slow. I might just unscrew it. Yeah, we're just gonna unscrew it. It'll come out fast. Okay. All right, here's our thing. All right, so I have a Clik valve here. This is a new one. I just want to kind of test it out to see how much pressure it takes. So that one requires no pressure to function. Now we're going to take the one that's been sitting in isopropyl alcohol for a little bit. All right, so now we're going to run this one. As you can tell, it still doesn't work. Let's increase pressure until it does. Ended up going up to 48 pounds. I don't think soaking isopropyl alcohol worked or helped, so I wouldn't do that. There, 48 pounds, I'm able to push air through it. So I'm gonna go out and put this on my air compressor to see if I can blow anything out and try it again. All right, so I have my air compressor. It's stuck in this valve. We're just gonna stick it on the end here. Okay. Okay, that's 90 pounds trying to blow it out. I don't think I was successful. We're gonna go test it again. 30. So blowing it out with the air compressor helped a little bit, but it's really still clogged. All right, so I had one of these fail on me open, so I got a flat and couldn't replace it. I had to replace it with a Presta valve, which I didn't have on me. I decided to take one of these and take it apart. So when I took it apart, this is what I found, and I destroyed it doing it. And you don't necessarily need to destroy it is what I found, but this is the components. So you have this piece, which is typically one solid piece. You have a spring in the middle. You have this plunger thing, and on one end, you have this plunger thing. So this is also solid. I cut that. This goes on that, and that sits in this. So what I discovered is, when I pulled it apart, is there's this O-ring is just keeping this plunger in. And this fits right through the spring. It can come out. It's just got an O-ring in the way. So we're gonna try and disassemble this one. It's not working. And see if we can get it to go. So we're just gonna press down that thing. So we're gonna remove this O-ring. So that O-ring comes out. Now this doesn't come out. Now it does come up. And what I believe I can do is I can just pull it out. Now this O-ring, this little O-ring here is what's keeping it in there. but it's not doing anything for pressure. It's just keeping the pin in. So I don't think we need to do anything other than yank it out. And there it came. Now remember, there's a big old clog in there, so we got to get past that clog too. Oh, we got a whole spring. That wasn't what I expected. Hopefully I can get it back in. Anyway, this is what we're at. This is why it's clogged. That spring is completely full. Right there, you noticed I stretched the spring. I didn't mean to do that. So you need to be really careful at this stage not to stretch out your spring. May have destroyed it. All right, well, it's declogged. See if I can somehow get it back in. I really didn't expect it to come out. Oh, it does come out. Here I just turned it upside down and pushed on the table with the pin, and it went in. It was a lot easier than trying to use the needle nose pliers. Pretty close to in place. Not fully in place. Now we're going to put this little O-ring back on. Get it seated. See if this plunger still works. It does. It feels a little rough because I stretched out the spring, but it's working again. I'm going to try and get this O-ring back down in there. A little dental pick here where I try and push it in with. I don't think this is technically needed. I think that bottom one will keep it seated. But because I can, I'm going to put it back in. All right, let's see if this works any better. So we stuff it in here, turn it on. Still acting a little clogged, but not 20 pounds clogged. That one is just 0, so the question is, does it hold pressure on my bike? This is the clog that came out of it. Big old wad of sealant. So I think that's repaired. So I'll go put it back on my bike and let you know how it goes. Alright, so we're just here back on my bike. Stick this puppy back in. Now we're gonna stick this thing onto it and see if we can pump it up to 8 pounds and have it stay. So stop where I was supposed to. Now let's put it. I usually run around 19 pounds. There, kept the right pressure. I don't hear any leaking. So I think that repair actually worked. If that's the case, I really like these valves. You do want to carry a spare Presta for when it clogs and you can't get it unclogged, but it does look like it's uncloggable without too much effort.